The enabling father. Is he a narcissist? But before I get to that part of this video, in the last video, I forgot to mention to give an update about how I'm doing health-wise, and I have to say, um, I've lost some more weight. So I don't know how much I don't even know if I mentioned how much what my weight was when I mentioned. But I think a couple videos ago I think I mentioned I had lost 8 pounds, and I've lost way more than that since then now. So altogether up now to this date, I am now 239 pounds from 259 pounds about 2.5 months ago. So I've lost 20 pounds altogether, and I've increased my workout days from 3 to 4 days a week to 5 days a week, and I'm changing things up so that way I don't get bored and my body will always stay challenged. And so I thought I'd give you all an update about that and how that's going. And I'm starting to fit in some of the clothes I couldn't get back into gradually. Um, I went from a plus size 22, 24 to right now about a 16, 18. So I'm very happy about that though, and I'm just got another 59 more pounds to lose. I'm gonna get down to about 180. Uh, and I'm not doing this for my fiance, and I'm mainly doing this mainly for me because I have two grandsons and I want to live long enough to see them go through life and to just really just see them through with everything. So there are reasons why I keep going. But anyway, that's my health update for right now. But getting to this video, the point of this video about the enabling father, is he a narcissist? Yes, he is, because he is not putting the narcissistic mother in her place. He's allowing it to happen. He sees everything that's going on. He sees the narcissistic abuse and he just allows it. So with him allowing it just makes him just as much of a narcissist as the narcissistic mother. And I'm sure many of you can really relate to this, and I'm sure many of you um, have this type of parental structure. You know, the narcissistic mother, enabling father, and there's also some of you out there uh, that, or anybody that would even have both parents be a narcissist. But enabling is no different, because you might as well say that he is a narcissist because he's enabling it, he's allowing for the abuse to happen. And I can really, really relate to this so well. And even though I lost my enabling narcissistic father 3 years ago, takes me back. It really, really takes me back to when I was being excluded out of family gatherings. Like whether it be at holidays, big events, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, all those types of things, being excluded out of that, and he sat there and allowed all that to happen. Didn't care how I felt. And when I was going through my recovery from a narcissistic abuse that I was subjected to, I had a lot of unforgiving about him, about my own narcissistic father, the enabler. I really had some anger, really had some, and it all didn't hit me till maybe a year or so after he was dead. And I guess really just didn't have that much time to, I just didn't give myself that time to grieve. But when I did grieve, it wasn't really of sadness. Well, sadness, but not so much a sadness that he's gone, but a sadness that he didn't fight for me. And I was very angry with that. Very angry that he would just stand there and just allow my narcissistic mother and her flying monkeys to just abuse me by excluding me out of things that I should have been a part of. But then looking back at that, why would I want to be part of all the drama and all the verbal attacks against me? What fun would that be for me now that I look at it? But still, he knew it wasn't right. And basically, coming up when I was a child, he was always teaching me what's right and what's wrong. But that's more like he just never preached what he spoke. Because if he preached what he spoke, he would have not been the enabler. Really. And I can really recall, even remember even right now, that I can remember clear as day as it was yesterday. Even when my enabling father was still alive. I could even remember that he always backed up my narcissistic mother, whether she was right or wrong. He never fought for me. And that was a part of my recovery that really took so long to let go and no longer let it affect me. But doesn't mean I forget it. I'll never forget it. But as far as the forgiveness part, as far as letting it go and move on with my life, I've done reached that point. But before I reached that point, yes, I was very angry and just said, well, he's a narcissist too, because he allowed my narcissistic mother to continually to mentally and emotionally abuse me. She never had any confidence in me. And also he allowed my narcissistic mother's flying monkeys to either attack me and say some stuff insulting. I mean, you just imagine, like I said, pointing out something I did 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And he never stood up and really fought. He didn't say, hey, it's enough. Didn't fight for me. Didn't sit there and put my narcissistic sisters in their place, nor my narcissistic mother. Never did. And here's something else I've never ever shared, but I'm about to. That my narcissistic mother should really have counted her lucky stars that my narcissistic father tolerated and allowed her to cheat on him. And not only just her cheating on him, but she ended up getting pregnant with another man's baby. And a real person, a real man would have not put up with that. Not. one bit. And she was very, very lucky that my narcissistic dad didn't throw her out on her ass. But I guess somehow, some way, she instilled so much fear into him, so he enabled that too. And that's not the first time she's cheated on my late father, but she also got caught again. I don't remember how, it was several years ago. She got caught again and really warned her, said, "You cheat on me again, I'm gonna throw you out." But I know they never followed through with that because my narcissistic mother had some type of scare tactic on it, I'm sure. Because no real man would have put up with that. No real man. So it sounds like to me, she knew how to scare him. She knew how to pull his emotional strings. But my narcissistic mother is definitely the main narcissist in my family, as I'm sure many of you out there can relate to. And then, like I said, there's some of you out there that have some really true narcissists being both parents. But because my enabling late father gave in to my narcissistic mother's scare tactics, doesn't excuse the fact that he's not narcissist when he really is, because he enabled it. He allowed her, whether it's by scare tactics, threats, you name it, she had him wrapped around her finger. And you know what? There's another thing that my narcissistic mother stole from me. Because there was a time that me and my late father was starting to bond. And that was with bowling. And I remember several summers ago, I believe it was like a 95, 96, somewhere around, I think 96, 97, somewhere around there. That's when I got into bowling and everything else. And I remember that me and him went to joined a summer league together. And my narcissistic mother would always constantly complain about him going out bowling with me and saying he shouldn't do it because he's had a couple heart attacks before, and used this heart attack mess to say, well, after this league, I don't want you bowling any more leagues with her. All because me and my dad was getting close, but using this heart attack stuff as an excuse for him not to bowl anymore after that league was over with that summer. So she took that away from me. Because my dad used to always bowl, my mom used to always bowl. And I also remember there was also a time, and I guess a time that my late father had revealed to me at that time. Maybe not that time, but as I improved with my bowling and I got in the 190 range, and my late father at the time, he told me, he says, well, you know what? Your mother never averaged as much as you do. She was like in the 160 average. So now thinking back to that even validates the reason why she didn't want to come to my college graduation. Validates me even more of how I've accomplished bigger things than she ever has and ever will have. I'm a better accomplished bowler than she is. She can't average like I do. I average in the 190s, mid 190s. But she always bragged like she was such a good bowler. Which is another thing I know she's envious of with me. So see, it validates her not coming to my graduation even more. Just thinking back to that. And there was also a time uh, with my fiance Nat that I have now. We've been together for 8 going on 9 years, and the time that I was getting a divorce from my first husband, because we were separated for a very long time, and it was like teeth trying to get him to sign the divorce papers. And when the day came in court for us to get our marriage dissolved, and my father at the time was just calling me selfish because I didn't fight for child support. All he cared for was making money out of my children, my daughters. Didn't care what I want. Did not care. So he was just as big of a narcissist as my mother is. It's just that my narcissistic mother is the way, way extreme and stronger form of it. And of course, she likes to communicate with her flying monkeys, her message to me, when I was still in contact with her, of course. And just come to show me how cowards narcissists really are. How they really are narcissists, how they really are cowards, because they don't have the balls to come to your face and talk to you. They always want to communicate by a third party, instead of being woman enough to want to talk to you. So they're cowards. So I know I'm rambling on and on and on, but just to really validate how narcissistic my late father was. And when he died, come to think of it, I didn't take it hard at all, like everyone else in my narcissistic family did. And there's a reason why. Not only was because he was a narcissist, being the enabler, but also he would refuse to give up smoking. Doctors wanted him to quit, whole family wanted him to quit, and he just chose not to. So when he died, I didn't take this hard. But the day that I got my divorce, like I said, he didn't care what I wanted. But also, too, I forgot to mention the day that I did get my divorce, that he was already trying to get my fiance to break up with me and say that I'm selfish. So that proves that he was almost as big of a narcissist as my mother. And guess what? That didn't happen. And like I said, going back to me not taking his death very hard, not so much because he was the enabler narcissist, but also, like I said, he made that choice. And everybody in the family was sitting there really taking it hard and crying. I didn't shed one tear. I did not shed one tear whatsoever. The only thing I can really appreciate about my late enabling father, I do have to give him credit about this, is that he taught me how to be very good with math. And so I have to give him props for that. But other than that, that doesn't make up for allowing the abuse, the narcissistic abuse that I should have never been subjected to. And there was a time I did cry about it, how much it really, really, really hurt me that he didn't fight for me, and it just made me more angry. But as time went on, with prayer and with journaling, I was able to overcome that. Let it go, forgiving by letting it go, and move on with my life. And so, I'd like to hear your story about this. About how enabling your narcissistic father was. And the things that he's tried. You know, the enabling things that he's tried on you. And this with him just enabling it. So, but I do want to drive home a point that they're not innocent by any means. Because if they were innocent, they would not allow the abuse to continue. They're just as weak-minded and spineless as the narcissistic one. They're no better. So, that's my thought and perspective on that. But anyway, before I wrap up, I really want to thank and welcome the new subscribers on my channel. I welcome you with loving open arms, and please every one of you, please feel free to share my videos any way you like to. If there's some people that you know of that's in the same boat that you're in and that I was once in, of course, you know, please feel free to share my videos to people that are in the same boat that you're in. And that really makes me feel very appreciated, as I really do appreciate each and every one of you here on my channel, and everyone, viewers that just happen to just come by this view but not have subscribed. Please subscribe. You know, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because we all can learn from each other's experience from the narcissistic abuse that we've been subjected to by our parents and by siblings and anybody else associated with your narcissistic family. We all can share and learn from each other's experiences. And I welcome you to my new channel, for those of you that are new. And also, please, I encourage you to check out my other channel, which I guess I always say it's a new channel because it hasn't much videos, but I guess the channel has been out there for quite a while. Not as long as this channel here about narcissism, but like I said, for those of you who just happen to run into this video, it's the other channel of mine is just more about my life experiences, and I even talk about some things about some current events, you know, like the Dr. Oz controversy and the welfare system we're always hearing about. And I'm not going to tell you what those are about, but until you check out my channel and watch for yourself. And I welcome feedbacks on that channel as well. Right now, I got only seven videos on that channel so far, so it's slow in coming. You know, I've been very busy. I think it's going to take me some time to build up some videos on that channel, you know, because this channel here is important to me. Not to say the other one's not important, but been very busy, and I'm realizing now I'm maybe biting off a little bit more than I can chew. But hey, I deal with things as I deal with them, and I find whatever time I can find, as long as I take care of me first and my health. And like I said, I'm very, you know, very happy that I've lost 20 pounds and I got another 59 more to go. So I'm becoming healthier, stronger, mentally and physically and spiritually. And you know, I'll continue to update you as far as my health is concerned. So, but please, by all means, check out my other channel here on YouTube. It's called Mary Allen's Life Experiences. So give me some feedback on that, if you will. I haven't really had any comments. I've had views, but I haven't had any comments. So I encourage comments and feedback with those videos as well. So well, excuse me, my mouth's kind of dry, but until again, this is Mary Allen signing off. And as always, I wish you love. And above all else, I wish you peace. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.